The following broadcast will be in tribute to the victims and lives lost on 9/11.
Chill. Yeah. M16.
This is unbelievable.
Brr. Weazel. You don't really wanna miss Weazel news. We keep the city on they P's and they Q's, cause they know we pull up with them cameras and shoot. We tell the truth so you don't get confused. You don't really wanna miss Weazel news. We keep the city on they P's and Q's, cause they know we pull up with them cameras and shoot. We tell the truth so you don't get confused. Hey. Shout out to my boss, Baron. You know that man make it happen. He got our foot up in the damn door, and now the whole team taking action. We got pictures on whether you can chat with Cheddar. Hit me for your music needs, who gon' do it better? And you can catch Travis on a rash report, or catch me going live with the facts from the source. Ari is a newswoman, plus you with the force. Man, the whole Weazel staff, we on top, check the score. Editors, producers, all going hard. Don't make us pull up with them cameras in your front yard. Weazel.
And we're live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Weazel News. My name is San Andreas. This is Dick Dastardly. We are happy to be back with you on this Sunday. And again, we do appreciate you all being here while we take time to remember those impacted 21 years ago. How are you, Dick?
I'm doing good, Sky. How are you on this Sunday evening?
I'm doing well. Can't complain too much. Had a nice, relaxing day, which is much needed as always.
Yes, I did the same. I got out over the weekend, spent time with my daughter and some friends, and we did a gel ball blaster course, which was
Wow,
kind of fun, but it really wore me out.
that sounds like a lot of fun. It sounds like I don't know if I've ever done that before. Is it kind of like paintball a little bit? I'm
It
guessing,
is like those little
like
kind of jelly.
like
I hate to
Orbeez
drop
almost,
these. Yeah,
or
Orbeez
yeah,
almost. Yeah, real small, and they go into
yeah.
little airsoft style guns.
Oh wow,
And they're not too bad. All you have to do is wear a face shield. But if they them kids get up close to you and they want to peg you in the belly, oh boy, they peg you in the belly real good.
uh, gotta gotta wear some armor or something to keep you protected. Hopefully,
I tell you more. You need more than a t-shirt. I'll tell you that if you got a little bit of a beer belly on you.
Hey, anything helps, right? Hey, it's something that if your belly is good for.
That's
Why not?
that's probably the only thing it's good for is a little bit of padding.
Absolutely.
And what was you up to over the weekend there, Sky?
It was, pretty relaxing one. We obviously didn't have our broadcast last weekend, as you were doing some volunteer work, and I was actually ill during the week, so I didn't have a lot happening. So I caught up on a lot of things this past week, or past weekend, I should say, that over the last few days, and I have been feeling better. So basically, catching up on life, catching up on everything that I missed a little bit while being a little bit down and out. The laundry, it packs up after a while, all that fun stuff.
Oh yes, it does, and it's good to hear you're sound like you feeling better and you're doing so much better from the sounds of it.
Yes, absolutely, yep. We're definitely back in action here, and make sure you guys are washing your hands and being safe out there, and make sure you stay healthy as well.
Yes, do the typical things you would do for cold and flu. Cover your mouth when you cough and sneeze. Wash your hands regularly. Just the typical sanitation, sanitary hygiene precautions.
Yes, I mean, taught you in school and whatnot. That is definitely necessary now here in the world here. Um, but we've had a quite a busy week. With all in all being said, a lot of good RP, a lot of top-notch RP, if I do say so. We
Yes, that's right. There's been, I believe last night we had two or three deceased individuals located and several bank
Wow,
robberies.
wow, and I know there were a few fires last night. Um, and I mean it was a quite a crazy night for everyone in the city last evening.
It felt like, I guess it was since it was the end of the current setup, I guess, all, well, for lack of better words, all hell was breaking loose in the city and the state this past week.
Absolutely, yes. It was definitely a full moon kind of week, as some people would call it.
I would agree. I believe someone may have said the quiet word is the reason it happened.
Oh no.
Yeah, we know what happens when folks say quiet. It sure is quiet out tonight.
Yep. Well,
Yep, and it just goes south
well,
quickly.
well. Now that you said that, we better hope that the roof doesn't cave in over our heads.
Well, hey, if it does, we got a new Storm Tracker utility vehicle I was driving around the city in last night. It's a pretty nice vehicle.
Yes, indeed. We've had that added, and we've had a few other things added. And we won't say too much, Mr. Dick, because I know that the lieutenant who will be streaming on Tuesday wants to highlight the SAHP's vehicles a little bit more over when he has his body cam running. So stay tuned for Tuesday to learn a little bit more about what the SAHP has up its sleeve and what the sheriff's department's going to be rolling with because they have a few new toys, as we'll call them.
Oh, yes, ma'am. I believe we got a little sneak peek of that earlier today. And
We
yeah, it's going to be
did.
some excited people when they get to see these on the streets.
Yes, absolutely. We are gonna be seeing some new upgraded equipment, and we are excited to have that out and about within the city. So that is awesome. That is awesome. But yeah, like we said, there were a few detailed calls last night, and a few deceased members of the public. Were you on location at any of those to get a little bit more information on how
I
that came
did make
about?
it to one bank robbery. I made it to a deceased individual in the canal or at the canal up in Del Perro Heights.
Wow.
Apparently, so this is what I got from
Hmm.
Captain Holt, and I believe it was, is it Captain Rico?
Yes, Captain Rico is on
Okay,
there.
the deceased individual was a female found at the canals, and she owned a car.
Hmm.
Earlier that night, that car was involved in a bank robbery down in the downtown city area,
Wow.
and the bank robber was deceased at the end of the bank robbery holdout.
Yeah.
Later on, I believe they found a note in the bank robber's pocket, something along the lines of "They're making me do it. I have to take the heat off of them."
Yes.
So, and I believe there was also possibly another related body found just west of the murder shot.
Wow.
Back, it was in allegedly in the trunk of a car for possibly a week last night when they found it.
Wow. I mean, I
Yes,
can't believe that nobody, it took that long, to identify and see what, that it was there. 'Cause I mean, that's a while to have a body being, sitting there in plain sight, which is quite crazy, actually.
it is, and I do not want to alert or upset any of our citizens, but I did ask a question to
Hmm.
Captain Rico. if
Hmm.
he thought this could be a potential serial killer on the loose, or if it could be just one of those one-off things. He
Yeah.
replied to with, "At this time, they do not have further information, but they are unaware of any known serialized type
Wow.
killers in the area, but to all the citizens of the city to remain vigilant. If you see something,
Hmm.
say something and give them
Wow.
a call."
Wow. That's I mean, we of course we're always up to something something crazy within the city, but that's really tough to hear here. I mean, everybody watch out for each other and watch out for yourselves, especially with since we don't know what we're dealing here with yet.
Most definitely. I think they was finding clues around the bodies, around the deceased body. They found some new clues that's available in our city with our new crime scene investigation techniques. There were
Wow.
clues left behind to hopefully lead in the direction of the apprehension of the subjects involved.
Wow, and I mean, and we're getting updates every day with evidence and things like that. So it's really awesome to see that within the city that the police are being able to find evidence more clearly and more critically to help find their assailants.
Yes, and hopefully it'll be solved quickly before there's any more unfortunate loss of life within the city or outlying areas.
Indeed, indeed. I mean, that's crazy. And it makes you wonder if it's connected to, other things within the city. I know that a few weeks past, we reported that the SHP found a female body with some neck uh, fractures out in the Sandy area, and it has become that the past week, again in the Sandy area near the junkyard, 406, 401, who had his body cam on, and the fire department found another body out in the junkyard near a fire. I asked for Captain Rico for who will be taking over detective for a little bit more information, and he did say there were boxes of possible narcotics that were found, but they'd have to be going into testing to see if they can trace it back to its home site, if you will, to see if they can get any leads within that investigation. So it makes you wonder, Dick, if those two cases are connected or not.
It could very well be connected there, Sky. There's also allegedly some new cartel members apparently trying to weasel their way into our city too. So,
Wow.
it makes you wonder if they may be connected some way into this, or if it could be just two warring groups, possibly.
Yeah. I mean, it makes you really wonder, and I mean, especially with the, cartel being in town, that's, always a, dangerous, I don't want to say game, but a dangerous, you
We'll say
know,
entity. How about that? Entity.
there we go. Yeah, dangerous entity, since we know what they have been capable of in the past.
Yes, and I think they have kind of been eyeballing the ladies and females around our cities.
Mm-hmm.
So, ladies, keep an eye out behind you,
Wow.
and don't be afraid to question those you that might be making you uncomfortable.
Wow, yeah, absolutely. I mean, especially out at the bars. I mean, the unicorn is always, popping popping with, uh,
Oh, phrasing there, Sky. Phrasing. Come
the
on.
unicorn is popping in and out. The unicorn has people popping in and out.
Other business.
Yeah, the unicorn. Wow, that went south real fast. Um,
Vanilla Unicorn is a very busy
yes,
establishment.
yes. It is a very busy establishment at night, especially with other bars as well in the city of people coming in and out. um, and so definitely make sure you check, behind you and around you for any suspicious action, people, and let law enforcement know immediately, or anyone around you if you don't have a phone on hand or someone that can help you. And go out with friends if you're, going out. Never go out alone. Find somebody, a friend, a sibling, someone who can help you out.
Yes, always, always go out in pairs if you can.
Yes. We've had quite a few fires this week, haven't we? I feel like we had quite a
Yes.
few. I heard them come over the radio. I was able to get to one at a hotel, but I believe, like you said, at the burger shop, there was a very part. It almost took down the whole burger shop. I know that they're going to be doing overhaul for at least a week out there.
I think the burger shop, the liquor store next door, and possibly several other buildings were damaged in the fire. They said they was on scene with that for several hours. I got to the scene of the burger shop fire in the last closing minutes as they
Oh,
wrapped up operations on that scene, and
wow.
I was able to talk to the battalion chief and one of the firefighters, and they said it was a very well involved fire, and they were beginning investigation on what caused it, but
Mm-hmm.
luckily there was only one bystander moderately injured.
That is good to hear. That is very good to hear that there was only one person in the area, because that could have made it so much worse.
It absolutely could have, it could have been that one person could have been deceased, or it could have been
Mm-hmm.
multiple people deceased on that scene. But like I said, only one moderately injured person, and no firefighters, law enforcement, or EMS received any injuries.
Wow. That is good to hear. And I know that another fire down the road they had at a hotel where somebody had, there were reports that someone had fallen asleep while smoking a cigarette, which is never a good thing ever. So if you are, smoking or having a joint or something like that, please make sure you're not in your bed in a hotel room or anywhere else. Make sure you're up, active, and not doing something that could relax you to the point that you fall asleep, because that's very dangerous.
Yes, that could have turned out worse. I believe a person was able to make it out of the hotel before they was injured. Uh,
That is what we believe. What?
no big details on it. I think the chief of police was able to get on scene, but wasn't able to locate anybody.
Yeah, was not able to locate anybody, but yeah. I mean, that's crazy. I mean, can you imagine if they, I didn't wake up, or what could have happened? I mean, so many things could have happened with that. So.
Could you imagine even waking up to seeing that going like on the bed beside you, and how much that would just frighten you and just kind of freak you out?
Yeah, I am told that it went. They were on the ground floor and it actually went up through the floor to the second floor, and both floors were engulfed at the time of arrival.
That is, well, at least it was very lucky. It was called in quickly enough, and
Yes,
the the entire hotel was not lost.
yes. I mean, that could have been so much worse, because I do believe that the motel hotel was almost fully booked that evening, so could have been could have been a lot of casualties out there. And we don't need any more of those in the city, because we've had an unfortunate amount this last week.
That's
I
right.
know. Yeah, the coroner, who usually isn't out too much, was out 3 or 4 times last evening, which is, I mean, impeccable numbers. Wow.
Yeah, that's a record for a single night, I believe, for corner in one small area like he
Yeah.
was.
Yeah, I mean, we were only in the Del Perro area. And speaking of in the Del Perro area, the evening last night started out with a 1080 where somebody drove, I believe it was an intoxicated male who was arrested, but he drove his Volkswagen into the canal.
Into the canal. Wow.
Yeah, didn't hurt anybody else, luckily, but it was a small 1080 um, turned into him driving himself into the canal.
Did he think his Volkswagen was like one of those? car boat things. You know,
The
you
duck
drive off.
boats.
Yeah, like duck boats.
The
Yeah,
duck
those,
boat,
yeah.
yeah. I don't know. I see. I'm trying to figure out how he even got into the canal because from the information and the pictures that were sent over to me by the LSPD, he went off of like a bridge, but it had a fence around it. So I'm not quite sure how he got over the fence. I think he may have like skipped over the fence or hit the fence and bounced off of it. I mean, he had to be going, they were in a 1080, but he had to be going at least, I mean, 50, 60 miles an hour at least in a 25-mile-an-hour area.
And very densely populated in that area. Also, luckily he didn't hit anyone, kill anybody.
Yes. I mean, luckily, that could have been, so much worse than what it was.
I also remember hearing over the scanner that there was a stolen SUV that belonged to a sheriff's officer.
Yes, I believe that their 606 Deputy Carlson had his he ran down the barn the, the the boardwalk to help a civilian, and his Cadillac got stolen.
His brand new was it Chevrolet Suburban or GMC Tahoe, I believe, got stolen.
Yes, his a new one that just came out in Kuffs Customs. You guys can check it out at kuffsgaming.com/Kuffs coming. Kuffs coming. Wow.
Whoa, Sky!
I promise I have not been drinking.
We'll take your word for that. But yes, Cuffs Customs, has all of our new vehicles there, and it was Deputy Carlson's brand new Tahoe Yukon SUV was stolen last night
Yes.
while he was on duty.
Wow.
And Deputy Carlson, just couldn't believe his luck because he actually responded to the call of his own vehicle being stolen,
Wow.
not knowing it was his vehicle.
That's incredible. I mean, well, not incredible that it happened, but the fact that it did, that it did happen. You know.
One of those small world things. It's a small world after all.
Yes, I mean it's a small world after all. It is a small world after all. Um, but like you said earlier, we did also got some other new vehicles in with our storm chaser vehicle that we're super excited to learn and know about within the server. We're very excited about that. We are looking forward to sharing that very soon with our friends here within the community and with all of you at home. And we will be having more camera opportunity by Mick.
Been one of those
Wow.
weekends, obviously. There, Sky.
I'm talking to like a McDonald's meal. Mick Dastardly. Um, yeah, by Mick Dick Dastardly, who is now going to be recording and streaming from the lovely Los Santos. So congratulations to you on your promotions there and getting your own camera to run from the city. We're excited about that.
Yes, I'm excited about that to show the seedy side of the news in the city from the news point of view.
Yes, we are looking forward to seeing that, and I know that a few others, like Megan recently that we talked about, and also new Steve the Body Man. So look for great great opportunity and great entertainment coming from everybody who has recently gotten to be a part of the approved streamers. We're super excited about that, and I can't wait for Dick Jamie here to be side by side with me to take a lot of the content to the next level. We're very excited about that, and I'm very proud of you and happy for you.
Thank you there, Sky.
Yes, we'll have a lot of storm chaser. I love that storm chaser car a lot, and we're gonna hopefully be able to see that here very soon. Um, with more streams and more content being put out.
Yes, that storm chaser vehicle can be used more than storm chasers because it has scanners and radios, laptops. You know, it has a big screen TV in the back.
Wow, I know. I need to get out and look at it a bit more. I got glimpses of it, but haven't had the time to fully check it out. So I am excited to do that.
It's going to be a whole new point of view, I believe, from for us here at Weazel News to get out and give you live coverage on storms. What's happening is this time we have a vehicle with caution lights on it, so maybe we won't have it stolen,
Yes.
ran into. Maybe
Uh,
we won't catch it on
Set
fire like
fire. I know.
yeah, Peter Trickle had that
Are we
time.
ever gonna let Peter Trickle and Danny Lanny take it out again? I am not sure. I
I think
look.
we're going to have to keep
We.
him to the van. We'll just keep Storm Tracker to
Yeah.
ourselves and keep him
Yeah.
in the van.
Yeah. I don't think I'm gonna be able to give the storm tracker to them anytime soon here. Have you been listening to any music here lately, Dick?
I've actually switched over to I've been listening to Roy Knox lately. It's a pretty good artist on the old boob tube over there. You know, I know
Nice.
a lot of folks listening to the NFX.
Mhm.
Yeah, Roy Knox is another pretty good artist that does some great music too, with some good beats to it.
That's awesome. I've been listening to a artist also on the BoobTube by the name of Jimmy Miller. He was on one of those, like the competition shows overseas a few years ago, and he has recently resurfaced with a few of his own acoustic originals. And his voice, the way that he can belt, is incredible. So if you haven't checked him out, Jamie Miller over on the BoobTube can sing his little heart out. Well, he's June, so he's not little, but sing his heart out.
That's awesome. That's real awesome. All these new
Yeah.
artists is making headway and everything lately.
Absolutely, absolutely, and we love to see it. We love to see new people coming out, especially out on the everybody's watching the talk tick lately, and all the music that comes from there. I heard that a newer artist, also actually on a contestant show at the moment. She does like heavy metal, like screaming music, and I mean, that's not. I mean, I like metal and I like, screamo sometimes. Um, but she's 10 years old and she sounds like she's been doing it for at least like 30 years. It's incredible.
Oh wow, she must have some real talent going on.
Absolutely, absolutely, yeah. So definitely go check her out if you haven't. Harper over on BoobTube, just the name Harper. Check it out. But yeah, I don't know if we have a lot of other things to cover. Like I said, the role play in the city has been top notch lately, and we have a really awesome community to RP with, and I mean it's really been taken up and top level lately.
Oh, we did have on Monday they had a gang task force out breaking up gangs
Yes.
and drugs. Can't forget about that.
Mm-hmm.
I see
Absolutely.
they was breaking up. They broke up several gang task force, gang actions. Some drug deals going down.
Yes.
There
I,
was some other between the ballers and the Vagos is what it was.
yes. I know the SHP and Captain Rico have been doing a great job out there with expanding their task force and really making a commitment. I know they got a CI to go undercover with them, so it's a really great job done by everyone that evening, and they stayed busy and they are possibly on their way to catching the person that they're looking for. So we'll have to keep an eye on that and see what happens from there.
Yes, and then what was it? Thursday they had uh our wonderful commissioner was
Yep.
running up in Sandy. His favorite spot to
Yep.
catch all them drug deals going on from up there. He caught several stolen cars. I believe he responded to a fire and a
Yep.
possible missing persons cases up there. So it's been a
Yeah.
real busy week.
It has. It really has. Yeah, that's another one. The barn fire. We had an individual out there, but luckily nobody got hurt, and it seems like the cattle all made it out. Hopefully, and everybody will be okay out there.
Yes, I was hoping the farmer would have at least one cow maybe
Yeah.
to pass away. I heard he has some great steaks come from those cattle.
Oh, wow. Hey, but there's no. I mean, I don't know if I'd want all that burnt, pieces on there though.
Well, you know how I eat my steak. I like the
Yeah.
outside
Yep.
seared and the inside still juicy.
Yeah, I know. I know. Definitely, definitely. But I think that is going to be it for us tonight, this evening. What do you think, Nick Dastardly?
I think that's it. I think we had a
Or
good roundup of cover up everything.
Nick Dastardly, as I'm going to call you now.
Mick Dastardly, yes, Mick Dick Dastardly.
Yes. Wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful. But thank you everyone for tuning in on this special edition. Again, congratulations to Steve the Body Man for becoming our newest approved streamer. Jamie, Megan, everybody who's been new lately. We do appreciate you watching our newscast here and all the great Kuffs community streams. You guys can check it out! Exclamation point rotation in the chat if the bot's gonna work. If not, it is in the link description below. Up in that left hand corner, cuffsgaming.com to apply. Civilian applications are currently open if you're over 16, 18 for all whitelisted jobs, and or for first responder jobs, but please know that you have to be in the Discord and in the server for a while before that can happen. But come check us out, greatest 5M server on 5m.net. Check us out, and we hope to see you very, very soon in the Discord if you're not already there, or if you can keep hanging with us if you're already here, and we're happy to have you. I'm gonna stop blabbering again. Again, tonight's been dedicated and tributed to those lost 21 years ago. Our thoughts and prayers are still with them. And God bless America. And with that, we hope you all have a great evening. And thank you, Dastardly, for joining me as always.
Thank you for having us, Sky.
All right. And with that, we will see you all on the next one. Good night, everybody.
Good night.